Hey guys, Mark from Gunpla Network. Welcome to my review of the Daban 8813 1/100 scale, basically a master grade Sword Impulse Gundam. Now, I picked this kit up on Facebook Marketplace, so it's not sponsored by anyone, because I don't really know any shops that sell bootlegs. And this is what this is, guys. It's a bootleg, but how awesome does it look? We'll get into the details now. So, what you can see there is the bare bones frame. Literally a couple of bits of armor, but that was just to get it to look and hold up together, The only thing I'll say about the frame is highly detailed. For the most part, went together trouble-free. The only kind of issue was around that back piece, which is like a core block replacement, kind of kept falling out, or the core splendor replacement. Otherwise, it was okay. It wasn't too bad. Here it is, fully loaded up in the armor, no accessories, and I think this was a good experience, and I'm glad I left it until this stage of my building experience years later to do one, because I had heard that bootlegs were, as you know, problematic. They don't go together like a Bandai kit. They're just not the same. Quality issues, fitting issues. Thank God I didn't really have anything snap so badly I couldn't fix it. But it was kind of just that one thing. The sword piece, the handle busted. Now here it is. That's all that you get. Basically, there are a couple of little bits and pieces left, but that's the main bits. Okay, so beam rifle. This is the it's going to be like an MM1IRG high-powered beam rifle. Yeah, I think it was very similar to a lot of other Gundams that had one. I don't think it was anything too different, too crazy. It is detailed. It is quite a few pieces to put together. Unfortunately, down the middle there's a bit of a seam line you got to fix up, and a couple of nub marks, but otherwise not too bad. All right. So this is the MMI-RG59V mobile shield. Taking that from the wiki, guys. It's really nicely detailed. It's very solid. It's got a grip for the hand and also a peg for the forearm. So, pretty good. This is the closed mode. I kind of felt like with the Sword Impulse, it always looks like the shield should be a touch smaller. But, yep, all good. Here it is in its open mode, when everything slides open. You got that nice grey piece underneath. Okay, so next up is the backpack, which also has the RQM60 Flash Edge beam boomerangs attached. Now those obviously pull out the pieces at the end and turn into the beam effect parts. All good there. The backpack was nice and solid to build, although slightly confusing with some of the directions. I will say that the theme along the whole build with this was the booklet was not as good as a Bandai kit. Just missing wording and directional shots telling you how to put things in. All right, and here we go. The core splendor. Obviously, this is sorry, my wording is gone. The in UC you have the core block system. This is fold up, becomes the linking docking part of the Gundam. If you don't have this in, you can actually just use, you can display this and have the other part out. There's a piece that slides into the backpack to hold everything there. And it's not bad. Detailed, just got a little pilot figure I haven't put in yet, I'm going to paint him up. Alright, onto the silhouette flyer. And I didn't put a side-by-side shot, but to be honest with you, this is actually identical to the Bandai one. Like, there is no difference to it. I had it side-by-side and I can almost confuse them. Couple of nub marks to watch out for, but other than that, not too bad. Okay, this is the MMI-710 Excalibur anti-ship laser sword. I love it. The Sword Impulse and the Sword Strike are what I do love, because the big ass swords that you get with them, pardon the language, but yeah, I just love it. It's so good. Now, that's obviously the grey piece on top is actually what holds it into the backpack. You'll see that attached later, and then the sword just slides out of that. Alright, here's your pilot figures. So you get a Shin and a Lunamaria Hawk standing figures, and then you've got I believe that's Shin again, the pilot figure for the Core Splendor. I'm going to cut those out, and while I'm building my next review kit, paint those up. Here it is, fully loaded up. It looks amazing. Overall, it is a good kit. It's just so many things that were like, the pegs didn't fit properly, parts didn't slide together properly, sanding, drilling with your pin vise, glue on some things, more sanding, shaving with a knife. It was just, there was a lot of stuff. If you're brand new to Gunpla, don't buy this. Don't get a Daban kit. It's half price, but it's half price for a reason. The detail is there, but the quality of the manufacturing is still not on par with Bandai's. Alright, articulation. So yeah, you can see the slight armor gaps there where it's not 100% fitting. I'll revisit those. And some of the nub marks when I'm doing a paint job. I'm kind of thinking a custom color. As much as I dig the red, I do have the RG, which looks great, so I'll probably make some purple or a green or something. I mean, overall, it's got great detail, great separation. It's just, it's those bootleg issues that you quite often hear about, unfortunately, are true. Head rotates, it does a good up and down look. The only thing is the dark piece of the V-fin on top, the bit that holds it in, slides off quite easily, so painting might tighten that up. If not, just a touch of thin cement when you're building this kit will definitely help. Okay. Cockpit hatch slides back and goes down on the, might need a hand. Yep, that slides up. That was a bit of a hard one to fit, I won't lie. Fix that. If I use tip of the sword, I think I can just open it up. Yeah. So that goes up. So you can see that goes up in. There's no real detail for the cockpit, unfortunately, but it's a good slide opening gimmick. The arm does pop out there on the joint. Based on an older master grade, it doesn't feel as solid as, say, some of the other ones. More recent years, I guess. It does do a full rotation. It does go all the way around. The shoulder armor slides up nicely. The waist is a bit of a hard one to get it to fit on with the Core Splendor in it, but yeah, it's tight. It's just you got to really push on it to get it in. You feel like you're gonna snap it. The hands, the elbow is good. The hands are a pain. You can put those hands together 100% correct. I even used thin cement to try and build up the ball joint a bit, and they just fall away. Side skirts open up to reveal the armored Schneider, like the Strike had, just a bladed weapon. Skirt goes all the way up at the back, all the way up at the front. The legs do rotate really well. They have that sliding armor gimmick. It's awesome. It does work. They do have that double joint in the leg, remember, for the Impulse, because it turns into the Impulse Flyer. Whether you want to display it like that or not, it's up to you. They do go all the way back there, and the skirts just pop off. They're just a peg. Like any kit from Bandai, that happens. Overall, it is a tight feeling kit with the articulation. The ankle is good too. The ankle armor does pop off. It's just that, how do I describe it? Yeah, it's just that waist joint that feels a little loose to me. Loaded up with the double sword joined for the anti-ship sword, the Excalibur. It's 100% awesome. And that, sorry, as you can see, that beam rifle clips into the back skirt. that is awesome. It does hold it. It's a pain to get it to hold it, but it does hold it, so can do it. I would say, you know, the usual annoyance with Bandai stuff, it doesn't actually... those hands are terrible. Really like the RG had. It should have actual hands to hold. How do I say this? I guess, yeah, like it needs the hands that actually articulate, and yeah, the hands that you can use to actually hold it that way. That's what I'm looking for, sorry. Up on the stand with the beam rifle and the shield, the swords are docked on the back there. It's pretty cool. I really enjoyed posing this thing. It wasn't too bad. It comes with that action base, which helps. Size comparison, we have the high grade. This was the Zeta Gundam from Build Fighters with the backpack, and I did a full custom on the backpack, so it's not a P Bandai, it's not a kit you can buy. This is a custom I did, so it's got missile pods and everything. But size comparison, and you can see it has a huge pack like this one, so good comparison shot there. With the real grade Sword Impulse. Now, I haven't got the Force Impulse, and I think they're doing the heavy armament one, Blast Impulse soon, but the Sword Impulse was great. It was solid as, easy to build. Miniature master grade, essentially. But none of the detail, or none of the issues I had with this Daban kit. So, overall, very similar, but I feel like this... looking at pictures, this Daban 1 versus the Master Grade, the Daban 1 is slightly more detailed. So it's like they've added detail. Here it is with the only Master Grade Impulse I currently have, the X Impulse that I did a year ago or so. Comparable, but obviously it looks similar, but this is different because the X Impulse is again a Build Fighters kit. And I think it was World Tour or something. Yeah, and that was a good kit. That was easy to build. It was solid. There were no issues. Overall, would buy. But the Daban is good, but not great if you're a new builder. So just keep that in mind. Alright guys, that brings me to the end of the review. And like I said, to sum up, I paid like less than $50 for this kit. And it's insane, but it did take effort. Now, I will strip it back and paint it. I'm a little scared about doing that because I know some of these bits were a tight fit, even though I had to drill out peg holes to make the pegs fit, trim back the pegs, trim back armor pieces, sanding. I had to use a little glue in a couple of spots. Those bottom of the beam boomerangs here, the grey bits there, you can see they definitely need glue to hold on. You look at those wrong and they fall off. There is just so many bits and pieces that if you're a new builder, hard pass all day long. Don't get this kit. If you're an experienced builder, by all means, go for it. Especially if you scratch build paint and stuff, you'll know exactly how to fix these things with your pin vise, knife, and sanding sticks and stuff. But for now, don't get it unless you're willing to put the effort in. Otherwise, if you do, 100%. For half the price of a Bandai Master Grade, I cannot see why you would pass this up if you've got the experience. Bandai are not giving us more than one Master Grade a year. Sometimes it's a 1.5. It's not even a brand new kit. So, you know, it kind of they have their own issues there at the moment. But overall, yeah, it's not too bad. It took me longer than I thought, but it was a good build. All right, guys, let me know your comments below and any experiences that you have with any Daban or other bootleg companies. And let me know what you thought about the review. Keep on building.